Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Bam Bam here. We got the old 7.3 in the shop today. I say today, it's actually been in this damn shop for a very long time. We've been doing some pretty cool stuff to it. It is a 1994 and a half 7.3 Powerstroke. Good old OBS. It's a single cab, long bed, dually, 4-wheel drive, flatbed, ZF5 truck. I picked this thing up last fall. Didn't really do much with it over the past winter and been too busy with truck pulling and drag racing and whatnot to really give it the attention it deserves this summer. But it was in pretty rough condition when I got it. It's got 357,000 miles on it. It definitely had some bad injectors. It was hard to start. I knew it needed glow plugs. I mean, what 7.3 doesn't? And it had a bunch of shoddy work done by not even really the previous owner, but the previous owner's mechanic. And the guy I got it from, somebody I'm, really close with, and I knew it needed some work. So I figured, I got it for kind of a steal. Let's, go ahead and bring it up to snuff. So far, what I have done is a set of 180/30 full force diesel injectors. Of course, with new O-rings and whatnot. I did injector cups while it was out. I did glow plugs, glow plug relay, valve cover harnesses, and then discovered that one of the manifold bolts was broke off on the driver's side. So went ahead and stripped all that down, did brand new manifolds, up pipes, collector, and could not get the bolts out of the collector. Could not get the turbo flange loose from the collector, could not get the exhaust housing loose from the bearing housing of the turbo. So I built from scratch a TP38 with a 66 cold side kit, but I went a step farther. I took the 6688 kit, the cover, the backing plate, and the billet wheel, threw the billet wheel in the trash, sent the cover and the backing plate off to a place that for some reason wants to remain unnamed, and had them CNC machine the cover and the backing plate to accept a wheel from an S467.7. Then I did the KC balanced turbine assembly and a 1.0 non-gated, non-waste gated exhaust housing, because with the larger injectors, the factory 1.15 is just a little bit too loose on these trucks, even with the bigger injectors. But a 0.84 is way too tight, which I've had that set up before, and that causes a lot of turbo overspeed issues and a lot of thrust issues. So anyway, went with the 1.0 non-gated housing. Well, while I had it in here and in the shop, I did what I always do, and I took a perfectly good street vehicle and made it not that. And I'm going to show you what I did and how easy it was. And for anybody looking to do the same thing, they can do it too. And here in a little bit, it'll be a nice little cold start video. I know how y'all love them cold starts, you know what I'm saying? It's 28 degrees outside right now, and the truck's been sitting for a few days. So I'm pretty interested to see how she starts myself with all that new stuff. So here she is in all her glory. Like I said, 94 and a half truck. First year of the 7.3 Powerstroke. It is kind of a unicorn. Like I said, it's a single cab, obviously long bed, dually, 4-wheel drive, 5-speed, 7.3. And the unicorn part of that is you can only get that combination of things in a cab and chassis truck. I've always wanted a dually 4-wheel drive, and the only way to get that, like I said, from the factory was in cab and chassis. I absolutely hate the Aeronose OBS beds that come on these trucks anyway. So even if I was to get a truck that had been 4-wheel drive swapped and had regular bed, that bed was going, because them things, God, they're gross. I don't know what Ford was thinking when they come out with those beds and those ugly ass bedsides. But anyway, the whole meat and potatoes of this particular video is the Hoodstack. I just finished it up last night, finished fully welding it. It still needs to be wrapped. Not because my welds are ugly, which they kind of are, but just for the heat side of things. And I just wanted to tell you guys how simple it really was to do this Hoodstack. Every bend that I used is just a factory bend, the way I purchased them. Let me get this darn hood open and we'll take a look. Hold on, I might have to put y'all down for a second. Okay, here we go. So, don't mind the Terpsky. The Y bridge right here in this area is not hooked up yet. I'm waiting on an O-ring for that so we can start making the boostuses. The Hoodstack is a little dirty, but I promise it does polish up. It's just got a bunch of residue and oil and stuff from my hands and stuff on it. But like I said, this was super easy to do. So all I did was I took, when I did the turbo swap, I deleted the EBPV. So I still had the factory turbo outlet, which I had already plugged off and whatnot, and kind of did my own EBPV delete on it. Well, instead of sacrificing a good turbo outlet, I took that one. I welded a 4-inch V-band clamp right onto the end of it. Directly out of the V-band, I did a tight radius 90. Right here, tight radius 90. And then the next piece is a tight radius 45. And then another tight radius 90, and then just a 6-inch straight piece of exhaust tubing. Now, I do wish that I had that exhaust tubing in stainless, because it kind of looks like crap having stainless and then it goes to that. But let's be honest, it's going to be wrapped anyway, just to try to keep heat off of the wires down there for the valve cover gaskets. So, no harm, no foul. Now, the reason I did this is because why the fuck not? Every 7.3 that I've ever owned has had a Hoodstack on it. As a matter of fact, there are 4 vehicles in this shop. 2 motorcycles, 2 trucks. 3 of them are turbocharged. One of them is a nitrous V-rod. Those 4 vehicles combined have about 8 feet of exhaust on them. Apparently, I just don't like having exhaust that exits anywhere but right next to my freaking ear holes. But no, it's always been a thing of mine here in my state. It's actually legal, and it just looks cool as shit, rolling coal straight up into the air. That's just, it is what it is. Up on top of the hood, I have an octagon, and I believe that's a 6-inch octagon that I got on eBay, just self-tappered to the hood. I cut the hole out in the hood with my plasma cutter. I need to go ahead and trim off those self-tappers so I don't snag them on my dome piece every time I'm in there working on it. But yeah, she's just a simple little setup. I've had this exact setup before with a set of 160/30 full force injectors, and I made 424 horsepower and 869 pound-feet of torque on fuel only. And then we ghetto fogged it to, I think it was 929. No, I'm sorry, not 929. 474 and 929 on a very, very mild ghetto fog. And that truck was on a stock mechanical fuel pump. This one does have e-fuel, but I can imagine that it's probably going to make about the same power. Maybe a little less because of the Dana 80 versus the Sterling 10 1/4. I don't know. But let's get to the part that everyone, all 2 of you that are watching this video came to see. We're going to hop in the cab here in a second. We're going to give this thing a cold start. All right, we're here in the cab. We're going to let the glow plugs warm up when I turn the key, because like I said, it is, the thermometer on the shop wall over there says 28 degrees. It is the 3rd of September. Someone make this make sense. How did we go from 91 degrees on Saturday, September what would that be? September the 1st. No, that was August 31st. To freaking 28 degrees a couple days later. Man, Virginia weather is just something else. This truck, it does have a PHP Hydra. I just loaded up some fresh jelly built tunes. And, I'm assuming it's going to start pretty good. It does have new glow plugs, like I said, new glow plug relay, and it's actually been starting pretty darn good. That's assuming that the batteries are pretty charged. So let's go ahead and do the dang thing. All right, we'll wait the start's already gone. We'll give her a couple more seconds and give her some crankage. Oh, like it's nothing. As you can see with the e-fuel, we're holding about 70 pounds of fuel pressure. I need to dial that back some. Maybe here one day soon I'll go over the fuel system on this thing. I did build the e-fuel system on this thing, and I did it for less than $300. So I think a lot of people will be very interested in that. Let her warm up for just a second. Goodness, this thing sounds wicked. All right, there she is. I won't bore you all to death anymore. There will be more content on this truck. There will be more content on the bump side, the turbocharged 5.3 LS with the 3 on the tree behind it. I got some videos in the pipe for that. That thing's been running freaking sweet. I can't wait for you guys to ride along with me and see that. You know, comment down below what you guys want to see with the Powerstroke. Right now, it's probably just going to be the tow rig for the Duramax, for the sled pulls and whatnot. The bump side, just a daily cruiser. I got some videos coming up on this unit right here, which you guys haven't seen yet. That is a 2006 CVO V-Rod in one of the rarest color combinations that they had for that. Waiting on a balanced rotating assembly to come back for the turbo bike. It's sitting over there just chilling away. Waiting on the rotating assembly for that, and then we can go ahead and throw that motor back together. We're going to try to put quite a beast together on that. We're shooting for about 300 wheel horsepower on that unit. So anyway, this video's went on long enough. Thank you all for stumbling along with me. We'll catch y'all in the next one. And remember, guys, stock is never an option.